People are loving this Popeye's chicken sandwich. Have you not seen this? Have you not heard about this?
Man,
Get him, Jerry Seinfeld.
I don't have
Jalen
I don't have a Popeyes within busing distance.
Really?
So
So you don't know. These
Within
people are
busting distance?
in busting distance. Well,
busted Dustin here again.
don't get me wrong. I would love to bust in on a Greyhound and go to Pop Ties.
Pop ties.
However,
Pop Ties fried chicken.
Pop Ties.
Pop ties.
Come on now.
I pop ties you in the name of the thigh, and the breast and the drumstick.
I'm not gonna let one stroke stop me opening chicken restaurant.
Chicken restaurant. Come on in.
Come on, Pop Ties fried chicken. Welcome to Hear Something, a conversational podcast between three dingus boys. Myself, Josh, and my good pals Jeremy and Mitch.
I will murder my way through any line to get that chicken from Popeyes, because love that chicken.
Mitch just murders 20 people, gets it in the line. He's like, all right, I want to get that Popeye's chicken. They're like, this is Church's.
The one guy who's never even been to the restaurant.
Oh, I don't have to go there to know that love that chicken from Popeye.
They tell
will
you that
burn down a village to get to that. What do they sell? That Popeyes ham steaks. I love them. Can't get enough of that, boys.
It's Louisiana fast. Yes,
I burned down an entire chain of Cracker Barrels once. I'll burn down what's a chicken restaurant?
Germany.
KFC for that Popeye. And his chicken, so help me God.
On the third day, you got your chicken.
Of chicks must my true love gave to me.
3-piece and a side biscuit.
Why
Nice.
Death Stranding gameplay trailer.
Oh,
did
there
you
we
guys see the announcements from Gamescom this year?
No, what's there?
It doesn't matter. Death Stranding had a gameplay trailer drop, and that's all anybody gives a shit about, including myself.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're going to be playing a courier, and you're going to be doing a lot of walking.
Oh,
Okay.
And a lot of crazy stories are going to happen around you.
you gotta
Okay.
get those steps in.
Gotta get those steps in.
Yes.
Guys, there's a piss mechanic in here.
Nice.
Yeah!
We're bringing it back.
You press a button, Norman Reedus pulls out his Roman Nidus, and
All right.
he just lets loose.
Yeah,
and
you're
then
gonna-
mushrooms happen.
Yes, was the
Is
mushroom
that-
caused by the pee?
Yes.
Is
And
it
they say
specifically Norman Reedus' pee, or is that just the rules of the world?
No, I want to say they mocapped his bladder so that the flow is 100% accurate to the shape of Norman Reedus' urethra.
That
Do-
answered
the way
nothing
that's
about the
just
mushrooms.
Do you have to
I'm
shake?
getting to that. Yes,
many
you pee
times?
and the mushrooms grow and they become a consumable item.
Mmm,
Oh, God.
those vinegary mushrooms.
How'd they get my wildest fantasy?
Because you mumble in your sleep.
Do you grow when you eat the mushroom?
They hear the secrets that I
Like in Sonic.
Talking in your sleep.
Jesus. Is that an actual song? 'Cause that's pretty
Yeah.
creepy. Oh,
I
God.
hear the Alright, boys, this game is going to be so fucking bonkers.
yeah.
It looks pretty
They also
bonkers.
released 2 character spotlights, one of which was Guillermo del Toro's character called Deadman, who who gives you the breakdown on the BBs, which are the little babies that people run around with attached to their stomachs.
Okay, yes.
And this is fucking weird. I'm not
I
even
saw
gonna
the
go
baby
into
cry.
the details.
I saw the baby cry and you consoled it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can console a baby.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Do
a
you-
daddy simulator.
Do you think this game is symbolically about Kojima's split from Konami?
I think... excuse me.
Yes.
I think the first couple trailers were. I don't think that's what the whole game is about.
Alright.
Because they definitely showed some little baby dolls with one of them was missing an eye, just like Big Boss, and
I
had
remember
a nail coming out the head like a horn.
Yes.
And there was that first one where Norman Reedus was clutching at a baby that wasn't there and stuff like that. That all kind of seemed like, Kojima making a statement. But
What do you think the game's about? Is it just exploration and...
it's got something to do with the afterlife and real life, running into each other or some shit like that. Because the reason he keeps these babies. Right, so the little bit I gathered from that character spotlight is the babies are removed from still mothers, which are like brain dead moms.
Oh Lord.
And the babies connect the person carrying it around with that apparatus to the afterlife, so they could see those ghostly figures and
I
shit.
remember that. Yes.
So it's got something to do with it, like the undead realm and the alive realm, like, I don't know, not coalescing or some shit like that. Some tragedy has befallen. We know that much, and it looks like it has something to do with like those two worlds colliding. So.
Oh, so Power Man 5000 had it right all along.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, makes sense.
Was there ever a doubt in your head that Power Man 5000 did not
a small
have it right?
doubt? A small doubt for me.
Okay. Well, that's your fault.
He also opens up like a world map, and it looks like he's trying to walk across the country from like the east coast to the west coast.
Oh.
So if you make that entire trek, that would be fucking baller.
Yeah, it's probably like for a charity or something. That's why
Uh-huh.
I was doing it. Yeah.
Eastern
Or it's
boys
gonna
and
live
Western girls. Remember that one?
Yeah, he just wants those surfer girls. He loves those surfer girls. Who doesn't?
Oh man, I'm extremely excited. The gameplay doesn't have me so much.
Yeah, it looks
enthralled
kind of
as it.
almost boring. I don't know. It probably won't be. But just
No,
from
'cause
what
there
I
will
saw.
be- They've shown a little bit before. Will be some combat, and it looks like you get vehicles and shit like that too. So
Okay.
I'm sure it'll
it,
spice up, but
it seems like structurally like it'll be like Phantom Pain, but you got to walk all the way to the missions. Like there are hot zones for combat, you know.
Yeah.
that's kind of like Phantom Pain. Then, honestly.
Yeah.
So you get a horse.
I like how they were like, should we put in more climb mechanics? What about a ladder?
Yeah.
Like an infinite ladder.
I
You
love
just
having
make
let's
some
do that.
ladders.
You just make one.
I think it's
Um,
pretty cool.
Yeah. What was I gonna ask? Oh, you don't see any wildlife. I didn't see any wildlife in the game. Isn't that interesting?
I'm trying to remember if they've shown. I feel like
I'm
they've
sure
shown
that's
some
on
in
purpose.
previous.
Did they? Okay.
I don't know.
So what else happened at Gamescom? I didn't watch any of it.
I don't know. Fuck all.
Fez
Fez
is free on the Epic Games
Fez
Store.
is free on the Epic Game Store.
You should get
That and
hey,
Celeste, I want to say.
hey, Josh, you should
Celeste is
download
free?
You should download Celeste. It's one of my favorite games.
I was thinking about
Cool.
buying it for.
I don't know if I feel like downloading the game store launch.
I may just buy it. Or
It's
I don't know.
It's
Hmm.
real for Fez and Celeste. I'd say it's worth it.
Yeah. I
You
already
get,
have Fez.
you get your money back
Dang.
if it's not worth it.
Hey-oh.
You fucking yeah.
100% guaranteed.
I didn't really like Fez a whole lot.
Oh man, I love that game.
I wanted to buy it for years, and I bought it, and I never played it. I'm a horrible
You made the
person.
right decision. That dude Phil Fish is kind of a dick, isn't he?
He's a nutcase. Yeah.
He's a eccentric person.
Like him-
He made Fez, and then he immediately said he was going to make a Fez 2. And then he's an indie game developer, so Fez made pretty much no money.
Yeah.
It was a very popular game, but it like you can't just.
It
fucking-
took so long to come out. The hype
It-
died for it.
It took so and
That's
like
kinda
they're
what happened.
No, I think
I thought that's what happened.
I'm pretty sure he made his money off of that thing, right?
he made a good amount, not nearly enough to support himself in creating Fez 2 and like what he
Yeah.
promised for Fez 2 because like
Not as much as he thought he would make.
For-
I'm pretty sure.
Well, that
Fez-
he had a partner, and then development ran long, so they had to hire on a bunch of like contractors and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
No. What happened was him and his he just was a fucking cock to his partner, and so his partner
Mm.
quit and took half the company, including all the earnings from Fez, half of the earnings from Fez.
Oh, nice.
And so like yeah, and for being he was just way too ambitious with Fez, and he wanted to go even harder with Fez 2. People were bullying him after Indie Game the movie came out because they saw he was a huge dick.
Yeah, it's kind of a weirdo.
And he, in the same day, canceled Fez 2 and announced that he was done with video games. And now he's like making EDM in Canada or something.
Oh. That's cool.
Yeah.
Making EDM.
Yes.
Well,
Cool.
yes.
You don't make EDM. EDM makes you.
It comes through you. Yeah.
It
I
comes
didn't choose
through
the
you
EDM
and on you.
lifestyle.
So if there's one takeaway from this episode, let it be fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I
I like his one game.
2/3.
I like
That guy.
I like the one game that he made. It's really good.
I think it was cool.
I'm trying
Is
to
that
think
it?
what
Was
else
that
came
all
out.
of Gamescom?
No, there was some like minor announcements.
I'm
It was
sure there's like
mostly-
some cool Nintendo Switch ports.
Uh,
Ooh.
Coming up.
yeah.
Nice.
Hold on. Let me take a pause to double check.
I'm
I
gross.
don't think there was anything like super. I want to say it was just a bunch of smaller announcements like Kerbal 2. is getting made from a different developer.
Oh, I did hear about
2K owns the thing, and that's pretty much it. Just some. Yeah. That's it.
Very cool.
Yeah. Then Death Stranding, and that's very cool.
Gamescom's kind of like dead. You don't really hear much about it.
This year, yeah, because everybody's holding on to their big announcements for the new consoles.
Oh, here we go. There's a Steam page for it. The Surge 2.
Yeah.
Blair Witch was already announced.
That was already announced.
The new Destiny.
But anyway, yeah. So Death Stranding. I'm excited for that one, especially because it looks like they put a lot into like traversal mechanics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know there's the ladder thing. I think on one of the previous things they showed, like, there's like a rope you could put at the end of cliffs for descending and possibly swinging. Yeah. But anyway, Mitch, I hear you got some other news swinging in.
Oh!
Yeah, for sure.
That was so
good. For sure. I don't know how much you boys want to talk about Spider-Man.
How long we got? 2 hours?
I think everybody knows.
Yeah, Spider-Man died.
Nobody knows.
Next up, here's something.
Wait, I want to talk about it a little bit. Can we talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I wasn't saying let's not talk about it. I'm just saying okay. I think everybody knows the gist of the headline. Is that,
right. You ready for my opinion?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Sony did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Oh. I thought I was going to be the weird opinion here.
No,
I think everybody's knee-jerk reaction was like, God, Sony, why would you fuck this up? But then like the more stories came out and people dissected it, they were like, no, it's actually Disney being the unreasonable dick in this scenario.
Yeah.
Well, Sony gave them a license for 2 movies, right?
Yep.
2 standalone movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They shared profits at a certain percentage and
5%. But Sony fully funded the movie.
Yes.
Right. And
but Marvel helped them.
During that time, they just so happened, Marvel did, to squeeze Spider-Man into the extended universe.
Yeah.
Because it was on the timeline of those 2 movies, whatever. So, like, Sony gave them plenty of leeway, and Disney just got overzealous with it. Like, oh, they'll let us make a new one.
They're like, what if we split the amount we spend on it, and you get
Not to mention, Sony only made money off of the movie, and not off any of the merchandising, which those toys sold like fucking hotcakes.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
That's Marvel got 100% of the merchandising rights.
Which I also get why Sony is keeping a pretty hard grip, because like Spider-Verse did really well, and Spider-Man PS4 did really well. Like they're actually putting out properties now that are decent and that people are
good.
Venom wasn't very critically well received, but was a commercial success.
It did okay. So. They're making a second one, I think, right?
Yeah.
The Tobey Maguire movies were okay.
They were
bad.
They were fine. They were fine.
They were comic book movies before people knew how to do comic book movies.
Exactly. They were good for the time.
They had a consistent tone that's different from what we see now in comic book movies, but a consistent tone nonetheless. Obviously, there were some things that could have been done better, but it's too late for that. I think they were fine. They were fine movies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm of two minds of this whole thing, because I could see the merit in Marvel having control over this property too, and making sure it's up to the standards of the rest of what they're doing.
Yeah.
But it's kind of shitty what they're doing, and I just don't trust Sony to make it good by themselves. I mean,
yeah.
We'll see, but
they probably should have just offered them the same deal they had before.
Not to mention, if all this... the only backtracking Disney's ever done is like they finally hired James Gunn back on for Guardians 3.
Yeah.
But it took them months to backtrack on that decision. We'll see how this does.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is going to make the rest of the MCU look like, though. They've already embedded that Spider-Man into the universe.
That's also what I'm thinking. For having such a short deal, Marvel and Disney went a little too hard.
I think it was to give them leverage later on.
They gave him too big a spot in that universe.
How's that getting leverage? All that's done is paint in the Marvel universe into a corner.
Them, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So they'd be like, fuck all. Give Nick Cage amnesia. Or Nick Fury, I mean.
I think they're going to come back to the table, honestly. I don't think this is done. You think it's done?
This could very well just be a publicity stunt, knowing these two corporations.
Yeah.
Gaining what?
Attention to Spider-Man.
Just free press. You heard about what they did with... With Stan Lee's Instagram account? Disney's been posting advertisements for stuff on it.
That's so fucked, dude.
It's so messed up, dude.
Did you hear the statement from Stan Lee's daughter?
I heard about it. I did not actually read it.
To paraphrase, it was something like, nobody treated my father worse than Marvel and Disney executives, or something like that.
That's wild. The Instagram thing is pretty poor taste, but it's pretty bad.
Next, they're going to start posting pornography on there. Take a page out of Twitch's playbook.
just let it be.
Why not?
People are.
I think Stanley would be happier with porn than you. Knowing my good friend Stanley, he would.
We were best buds.
They had God, it was a few years back. They had some celebrity who had passed, and then like 2 weeks. Oh, it was Joan Rivers. She had died, and then 2 weeks later, her Twitter account like tweeted out like, "Oh, I love this product. You guys should try this," because it was like a timed sponsored tweet, and they just forgot to cancel it.
I'm just finding out Joan Rivers is dead.
Oh,
was it Joan Rivers? Is that the red carpet lady?
I'm pretty sure she did die. Yes.
Yeah. She's super dead.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm just finding out about it.
I think her daughter still does the stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, what's this next one about?
We've talked about it a little bit before. I know JB is a fan of these games. Boys, here's something.
I love them. The Bunker was on sale last week and I almost bought it, but then I decided to wait till I get paid. The Bunker is
he's a fiscally smart guy, this one.
Very sound.
Full motion video
Wait till he has
games.
money to spend it like some sort of idiot.
Oh.
Full motion video games are back.
I love them.
Back from the 80s.
Bring me Fox Hunt, please. Capcom. Give me that game. I want it.
You heard him, Capcom.
You heard him,
don't
Capcom.
Make me come. No, don't make me say it twice.
Capcom, we know you're fucking listening. So they're back.
Yes.
I know. I've talked a lot of shit about these games. So,
you do.
If you boys want to say some things,
I enjoyed them. I'm not sure why, but I enjoyed them.
I'm not a huge fan. Like, if I wanted to see terrible acting, I would just not fast forward to the good bits in pornography.
Here's where I am.
Stanley's Instagram.
Did you guys ever play the Phantasmagoria games?
No.
They
were. You just made up that word.
No, buddy. They're full motion video games. I forget when they were made. It had to be like late 90s, early 2000s. And they were point and clicks.
Oh. Is that the one with the bad guy who had like that metal ball with razors that would like fly around? Or am I thinking of that's terrible 80s movie?
That's Phantasm, the movie, which is not terrible, but it's not good. Just by the way.
I know, but it scared me because I saw it when I was too young of a child to know that it was a bad movie.
Yeah.
Phantasmagoria is an exhibition of optical effects and illusions. That's the definition of it.
That's the stormtrooper that fights John Boyega. Captain Phantasmagoria.
Hey JB, just put game after that Google search you did.
I found it.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Yeah, I think there were quite a few of these bad guys.
They look like you ever played Shivers?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this looks like
it's
Shivers.
Like it's that era. I want to say there was a.
Just made Mitchell come.
This was such a weird game.
I loved the Phantasmagoria games. Those were games that I
grew up on.
Pretty much. Yeah, I love them a lot. They were when I was first discovering my love for horror. I found these shitty games, and I loved playing every minute of them.
I'll tell you what I think my biggest beef with those kinds of games is that they're usually like point and click things that are a lot of trial and error.
Yeah.
So not only do I not like sitting there watching this terrible acting going on, if I choose wrong, I get to watch the last 5 minutes over again leading up to that choice. You know what I mean?
I would say I had a problem with that too. If it like these games are even without trial and error, if you do everything right, they're huge games. They're like 20 hours long, guaranteed.
Yeah, some of them are. Yeah, that Night Shift game's pretty fun. The one you purchased for me, or gave me?
You told me it was really good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
So yeah, and then I know everybody's been flipping shit about this new PS4 release, Erica, which
I don't know anything about that.
Is very much like Bandersnatch and Late Shift, where it's more, a scene plays out and you make one of 2 or 3 decisions.
Oh.
And then another scene plays out. But it looks like they did some cool things with full motion. I know they did some like 100 frame per second stop motion. So like if you want to open a box, you can like open and close it as much as you want, and it's a high enough frame rate where it looks like actual real life. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I guess
that's always been a problem with those games.
I guess.
They loop stuff, and sometimes it looks really bad. And they
you see the exact same thing happen.
Well, it's the way it repeats, like where they cut it. It just kind of me. But
they did some very like cool technical stuff. I'm still not into the story or the bad acting. There's one from, what was that? I think it's called Her Story.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I played that one already. That was pretty good. That
was a mobile game, right? It's like a detective thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's
I don't know
very
if it's
much.
A mobile. Is it a mobile game?
It's very much like limited interaction. You
watch videos.
You watch video footage to put together the story, which I think is cool. That's like a lot of like ARGs and web series that I see on YouTube and I like.
I beat it in a night. I just like played it one night. Yeah.
And it's a good story too. The writing is really good.
Interesting.
So I think the people who made that put out a new one called Telling Lies, which is a very similar thing. You watch a lot of security footage and recorded video calls and whatnot to piece together the story.
Huh.
So,
I figured they had another game come out because I've been hearing Her Story pop up a lot lately.
Yeah, I'm gonna reinstall Her Story.
Which that game's good and it goes on sale for like $1.
I think I bought it for $1.
Yeah, I have to do it one day.
It's a good like if you have like 3-4 hours to kill.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
let's put it that way. It's not like, what? I'm gripping my seat.
I'm busting a nut.
but it's interesting. It's an interesting watch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So yeah, I guess that's it.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be negative on them. They just were never my cup of tea.
No,
I get tired of them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like certain types of games.
Do not get me wrong. I am not into them. I just want Phantasmagoria.
No, it's okay, Mitch.
This is a
Don't
cry.
Be ashamed of your fandom.
This is a cry for help. I want more Phantasmagoria games, please, please.
What's that, Mitch? Oh, you also want Fox Hunt games? Yeah, okay. I'll tell Capcom.
JB, if I knew what that was.
It's an old game that I just love for some reason.
Let me look it up. Hold
on. I just don't think it's in the stars. Speaking of which, I hear you've got some news for us.
I'm so excited about this topic.
Are you ready?
At last, where have you been?
They're making a Mandalorian.
That was that was the worst. That might be the worst.
It's our new FMV segment of our podcast. Audio quality is the same. Yep.
Fuck.
They have announced the Mandalorian and made a trailer for it. I guess they announced it a long time ago, but they released a trailer for it, and it looks really good. And I'm excited.
Every new Star Wars thing they announce and that comes out, I get more excited for it because I get increasingly excited because I'm letting go of the fact that Star Wars has never really been great, and I'm just there to have fun.
Mitch, what are you talking about?
I know what I said. You heard me, slut.
Oh,
I think I like it. It's just fine. I just don't. People treat it like it's the goddamn Bible, and that's what.
And we've said that before, and that's what I'm letting go of. I've shed my carapace.
my cockery.
I've shed it.
I've shed my carapace like a beautiful cicada. I'm coming out of my cage, and I've been doing just fine with this Star Wars.
Are these all Star Wars characters you're referencing? I don't.
No, a cicada's a bug, Josh.
A bug.
You're making a dumb joke.
No, nothing about noises. No, don't even joke about that. That's not funny.
That's not funny.
You don't joke about the fucking insect world. So, JB being our on-hand Star Wars expert,
thank you.
I believe. Okay, so the big deal with Boba Fett is that he got the short shrift because George Lucas just did not realize how popular of a character he was going to be. Is that right?
I guess so. I mean, I'm not a huge Boba Fett fan, but some people
I like his aesthetic. I don't give a shit about his character.
You ever seen the guy that played him? He's like the most nerdy looking guy in the
world. Those behind the scenes things where he's standing next to those women in like thongs and shit.
Yeah. It's very funny.
Boba Fett has so much to do with like the central storyline in Star Wars, and also has so much lore that's just kind of implied, but none of it is shown. Absolutely none of it is shown. So it's cool that we're getting...
Everybody really wants this Boba Fett like redemption arc where he just kind of emerges from the Sarlacc pit or some shit like that.
No, that's Patton Oswalt. That's who it is.
I've heard that sentiment echoed across
sites
and stuff.
Yeah, no, people love him. I don't know why. I'm not a big fan of him. I mean, he's a bounty hunter, whatever. But
like I said, I just like his fucking jetpack and his whole...
Yeah, he's rad.
I guess so.
Super rad. I just want to see all that. The guy gets cut in half by a door. Fuck yeah! I want it all.
I want it all now. So this is basically just a character who's also a Mandalorian, which is like they're both from the same planet, and they both operate the same way, basically. So it's not Boba Fett.
Much like the rest of the Star Wars universe, like an entire planet has one basic.
It seems that way.
Characteristic.
They just kind of.
Is it just an entire planet of bounty hunters that wear cool armor? And shit?
I don't know. They're all bounty hunters, but they're all like gunslingers who just kind of roam around. It seems that way, and wear similar armor.
What else? I do like that armor though.
It does look cool. It's coming out on November 12th, and it's not releasing all the episodes. They're doing it weekly.
Yeah.
That's
is
the
that
same...
Disney Plus thing already launched?
That's coming out the same day. I think November 12th. Yeah.
Hey, what's with What's with Jon Favreau?
What do you mean?
He's been given a lot of.
He's been doing a lot of stuff for like the last 20 years. It seems like.
Has he? I know he did The Lion King, and I know he did this, and I know he did a movie about cooking.
No,
he did like
it's
the
one
Avengers.
Of those things. He like shows up on set one day, and then they're like, "All right, cool, we can give him a producer's credit now."
He goes there. He worked as a writer, creator, and showrunner. The other writers are Werner Herzog, which I don't know who that is. Sorry.
Okay, that is fucking mind-blowing to me that you know who Jon Favreau is, but you don't know who Werner Herzog is.
I don't know who most people are. And then
I'm kind of surprised. Like, I've heard that name so often since I was so small. I'm surprised he's still alive.
Oh, and then
that guy's like 100 years old.
And then Watiti is also working as a writer. And then Nick Nolte is also a writer.
Yeah, what a grab, eh?
I don't know if he just wrote
all the mumbling.
I don't know. I feel like he just wrote stuff for his own character, and then like, you guys better make me a fucking writer.
Yeah,
like,
no, say it more like Nick Nolte.
You boys bet. Wait, I got it. Hold on.
You boys better make me a writer. I'm Nick Nolte.
You gotta stop.
You boys better make me a writer.
I've been in the ship. That's all he says. He repeats his lines from Tropic Thunder
over and over again. Oh, he was in Tropic Thunder. Look at you go! Such a callback. The cast is pretty crazy and pretty like all over the place, all over the spectrum. Watiti is also on the cast, and Nick Nolte,
cool.
And Bill Burr, which is like the most random.
Not great unless he plays himself. That's the only way I accept Bill Burr.
I saw a video of him, and he's like shooting 2 lasers while there's another laser shooting off his shoulder. Like he has a backpack that has a separate laser.
Oh, so he's the Predator.
Yes, he is a Predator. Man,
if he shoots Carl Weathers' arms off, and they just recreate that scene from Predator,
that'd be pretty funny.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah, the show takes place a few years after Return of the Jedi.
Which one's that one? Is that the last of the original?
Yes.
This show looks violent.
It does look very violent. I was really surprised. Violent.
I'll tell you what surprised me. It looks extremely well produced for being a TV series.
Yes.
Like the graphics and costume and all that looks like on par with the movies.
Yes, it does. Like the guy gets cut in half by a door. Like,
I know.
When I saw that, I was like, whoa.
Whoa.
Boy.
Yeah, man. I'm excited for this one.
Game of Thrones for Star Wars. And then
go ahead.
And then season 8's gonna suck. And then they're also they announced an Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Starring Ewan motherfucking reading Rainbow McGregor.
McGregor.
Conor McGregor. This is the worst show ever.
No, it's my favorite in a long time.
They're doing a Rogue One. They're doing a Rogue One series and Star Wars: The Clone Wars, which is
because the internet kind of willed that original Obi-Wan thing.
Yeah, I mean it should have been done. Like they should have did that before the Han movie. Probably, I feel.
Question.
Yes.
Are they just airing the animated Clone Wars? Or are they
I don't know if they're making new ones. I didn't really look into it. I just saw that was listed.
Have you watched that, JB? Animated Clone Wars?
I started to watch it and I never finished.
Fuck yeah, JB, you should get into that one.
Is it good?
I love that series. There's so much, like, they get into Darth Maul's story, which he's another one who has a lot to do.
It's when he comes back, isn't it?
JB, you gotta watch it. I'm not gonna fucking tell you.
Darth Maul, another one that George Lucas just didn't realize would take off.
Yeah, Darth Maul.
General Grievous has like a whole 2-season arc It's really good. I really like that series.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into like the Obi-Wan knockoff trying way too hard to sound British.
Get
Oh, really?
past it.
No.
What if you get past it?
Get over yourself. I'm slapping you in the face right now while I'm saying
What
this.
if you think? Have you thought about getting past it?
I don't know. So this Disney Plus service is kind of becoming more and more appealing because now, for the price of just Netflix, you get like Disney Plus Hulu and ESPN Plus rolled in, right?
ESPN Plus is kind of shit, but yeah.
But still, that's one more channel you don't have with Netflix.
Yep. So guess what I did yesterday? Canceled my Netflix.
Hey, how you feeling?
Well, I've been sick for the last 3 weeks, but I'm thinking once the Netflix is gone, maybe I'll feel better.
Okay, cool. That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. I mean, it's becoming more and more of just like an original thing, and 1 out of every 40 things they produce is actually watchable. So
What the problem is it takes so long for things to come out, too.
I have a soft spot for really shitty movies and TV shows, so I'm probably going to keep Netflix. But I'm also going to, like, it seems like, I don't know, if they keep doing, because it seems like they got a lot of Star Wars stuff on deck for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much cool shit that's been written about Star Wars since George Lucas fucked off.
Yeah.
Like, I really want to see just anything on the Knights of Ren, if they do a Knights of Ren series.
There's so much Marvel stuff, too, like they're coming out with. There's like a
so
Loki show. I mean,
I'm just interested in Star Wars, JB.
Oh, okay.
that's all he cares about.
That's
He's the
all I
biggest
care-
Star Wars
Ever.
fan.
Ever.
There's
He's
some,
50 feet tall.
There's some cool shit.
I'll say this: I was like, whenever at what was it, Comic-Con that just passed or whatever, they announced like a lot of the secondary and tertiary characters of the Avengers universe were kind of like not getting their own movies, but getting their own TV series. I was like, it's probably gonna look like shit.
Yeah.
But after seeing like this Mandalorian trailer, I'm kind of back on board. Like, if they're throwing that kind of money and resources at it, then it might be pretty good.
If they do it
yeah.
that well. I mean,
Fuck,
it
I
might
mean,
be okay.
the Lion King just made him $250 million. I think they got the budget for a couple TV shows.
It just has to look better than the Netflix like Marvel series.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it will.
Bad.
I think they definitely have more of like a... Because Netflix isn't a studio. Netflix produces things and they stream them. Disney, I think, as a production company, will have a lot more of a cohesive budget and production and all that good shit that makes that good shit good.
Yes. Great.
Thank you.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. I got one more thing to add.
You may fire when ready.
Sorry. You can cut that out.
So this is the week where we announced me and Mitch will be doing our own spin-off podcast.
Here's something else.
And here's something won't continue.
There was something.
It's the last episode.
This is the last episode with me.
Here's something will continue as a yearly podcast where we check in on JB and how lonely he's getting without us.
I've been shunned by everyone.
No, we love you. We gotta give you a hard time. But speaking of time, I hear it's time for everybody's favorite segment.
Oh, is it?
Hey, do you hear that?
Yeah.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that sound coming out the well? What's that? What's that, old yeller?
Why is he gonna yell?
Mitch, you know I cut this out last week because you went too long with this joke.
Go ahead, JP.
It's time for Review Crew. It's time for Review Crew, where each week you deploy the Popeye's chicken sandwich to find us the greatest reviews from deep within the bowels of Amazon for Brendan Fraser's Reading Rainbow.
All right.
I had to come up with one on the fly.
I wish instead of Popeye's chicken sandwich, I'd have remembered to put corn in there again.
Did that concert happen?
I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
I bet you guys were attending.
You think we follow through on any of these topics?
Yes.
I think the rest of the world is busy keeping up enough with Adventure Quest 2
the Kardashians
to let us know.
Yes. So my first item is
this is a wild thing.
It's a wild thing, baby. It's the Auto Exec Wheelmate Steering Wheel Attachable Work Surface Tray. For all you guys on the go, and ladies too.
There's a camouflage one that so the coppers can't see it.
They have Jungle camo as well as urban camo.
Yeah, just in
for your
case.
urban
Just in
fellas.
case you're fucking on your laptop driving during that safari that you're on. Got that jungle camo, baby.
It's manufactured
Got that
in
camo.
manufactured in the good old USA with a durable powder coated wood material.
There's also I wanna really highlight this picture of there's a fast food meal, but it's just like a shitty deli sandwich.
Yes.
So there's that.
Wait, there's a picture?
No, it's the golden tray, but there's no golden tray in the picture.
Oh, there it is. You got to click on it. Oh yeah, look at
It's
that.
the wooden one, I guess. Yeah.
I'm still looking at the OG one, the original black. I know. What's the one that JB has? The gray one?
I'm too
That's probably
busy.
the gray was the default.
I'm too busy adding 600 of these to my cart. And then,
The woman they got for the shoot looks really confused by everything that's happening. In it.
Why is the camel one twice the price as all the other ones?
Because they're so hard to find. They gotta go through the factory and just like search for the bastards.
The lady
these factory workers don't get to go home to their families, so you can at least pay them.
the
JB,
confused lady looks like Dexter's sister from the hit show Dexter.
she looks nothing like her. JB,
I guess this isn't a terrible idea for like on the road businessmen
And business ladies.
and business ladies.
I guess
I just
why it was so funny to me is because I'm trying to imagine somebody while they're driving
driving it.
Oh.
Trying to get through traffic while also working on this thing.
It just occurred to me that people might be stopped while using this.
No. The first review is 3 stars. Says, just a friendly warning, don't tilt the steering wheel more than 15 degrees, otherwise
Okay.
Nicholas will spill.
See, there you go.
I think I'm getting the hang of it now. We'll write a follow-up once I make it back to my house. One last thing. I want to blah blah blah, blah 3333333.
Oh, God.
Can I talk about this picture without ruining this review?
Sure.
Is the one where the guy's got his laptop open watching Avatar, and in the windshield's like an old lady crossing the street.
I didn't see this. Let me find this one. Where is it? Oh, Lori gives it 4 stars. Says great for some things. This tree makes rolling joints on the road so easy. But my husband says
dude.
he cannot see his lines of coke against the white background of the desk.
Get the camo on, babe.
Get the camel one. Problem solved. Then you can start all your blow.
You think?
To keep
you
you
think-
awake at the wheel.
Now I'm an up and coming airlines pilot. Do you think they have these for airplanes?
They should. They should. I was sipping my brewski.
Sorry, I was deciding on whether or not I'm reading this Avatar one.
They should make them for the pilot. The pilot, they're always on the go. And you know they put that autopilot on.
Oh,
What are they
do you have
do?
this one? Do you have this one from Zach G. Maldoff?
No, you can do it.
1 star. Stole my idea. This is lying. I have invented Wheelmate since more than 20 years. In Russia, we are having even more models, such as extended model for desktop PC, bringing individual power connection, cutting board for chef, sewing machine for tailor, and jigsaw for carpenter. Please visiting my page for actual view of product from my history before this Wheelmate.
Did he say the desktop version of this?
Yeah. Hold on. Extended model for desktop BC. Desktop PC bringing individual power connection. Also, don't forget, cutting board for chef.
Cutting board.
Just in
For the
case
chef on the go.
you gotta do that prep work on your way.
Yeah. Someone else gives it 5 stars. Says on my way home from grocery shopping or fishing, this car mounted cutting board is phenomenal for cutting carrots or cleaning a fish while driving home. Keep your knives in the cup holder. Result, by the time you arrive home, just pop the fish or carrots in the pot. 30 minutes of time saved.
Doesn't
all
even
you gotta
fucking matter because it stole this guy's idea.
Yeah.
It's
Stole
still-
this idea.
I'm gonna hit you guys with this 5-star from James.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Great for long trips or the commute. I was skeptical about this product at first. I mean, how could something so wonderful magically appear on Amazon? What was the catch? Apprehensive, I ordered anyway. Thankfully, my apprehension was for nothing. I found this device easy to use and useful for all kinds of projects. I really enjoyed watching movies and am an inspiring origami artist. Driving a long commute every day and traveling on the weekends was boring and left me with little to no time to pursue my life's dream. After purchasing this item, I decided to watch Avatar while on my way to the elderly care home my Mumu, grandmother, stayed at.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, my idiot Mumu decided to cross the street with a walker as I was trying to watch my movie and get to a parking spot. I ran her legs over. Stupid old hag should have watched where she was going, which caused me to skid up and over the curb and into a wall, totaling my car and injuring my back.
Jeez.
The good news is I am suing the elderly care facility. I'm on permanent disability now, giving me the time and money I need to pursue my origami dream.
Nice.
Next time you guys will be hearing of me will be in the world news in Hollywood, baby. Thank you, Willmate, and rest in peace, Mumu.
He probably wrote that sex origami book.
What a ride.
Yeah, especially for Mumu.
I like how half of these customer images are just fucking accidents. Like terrible multi-car bottle.
Have you seen the flip the boat?
Yeah.
Flip cruise.
That's the guy who docked that accidentally tipped over that whole cruise ship.
Yeah. Rupo says, first of all, as a physician, I have to point out the dangers of working your laptop while driving. You morons think that's what you're doing is so important that it's worth risking other people's lives? It's not. Believe me, I'm a brain surgeon. I don't sit at a desk. Tapping away all day at a keyboard writing memos. I'm elbow deep in bodies all day, doing what really matters.
That's how brain surgery life is. You're always doing surgery.
Just elbow deep in those brains.
Those bodies.
I spend 16 hours a day in the OR, but sometimes that only translates into 2 or 3 surgeries. I bought the Wheelmate laptop steering wheel desk to hold my surgical tools so I can increase my productivity. I have been pleased with results with a few caveats. 1, the scalpels will cut the surface of the desk if you're not careful. 2, obviously the patient has to be in the passenger seat with his head in your lap. This poses the biggest challenge in using the wheel desk. There's simply not enough room for many heads without restricting your own breathing. For this reason, I recommend performing brain surgeries while driving only on small women and children.
Damn.
Number 3, finally the worst problem with this desk is that the nurse has to be in the back seat, making it difficult for her. making it difficult for her or him, I'm not a cretin, to reach with the instruments. You better make sure she or he is tall enough to reach over your headrest to hand you the scalpels and clamps and such. This fucking comment from Angel Lusky says brain surgery should be performed as a last resort only. I have had many of these. I have had many of these procedures myself with positive but negligible results. And I'm here to tell you that regardless of the skill and reputation of the surgeon, brain surgery is not or never will be a replacement for plain old common sense and wishful thinking. Nothing personal.
Nothing personnel, kid. Holy fuck.
Oh my god.
Ooh, I'm sweating. I got the laugh sweats.
Just reads that review and goes, no. You should not be doing not
last
doing
resort only, you shithead.
Can I read this one from Paul Bright?
Yeah, sure thing.
4 stars. Sorry, Sonic. I just wanted to take this time and apologize to Sonic Drive-Thru. I'm a forgetful chap. For the last 10 years, you've given me those nifty red trays so that I won't spill the cream pie shake and foot-long chili dogs on my lap. For 10 years, I've neglected to give them back. The guilt and shame have caused me unbearable pain, so I never return them. I couldn't anyway, since I used them to build a treehouse. I currently have 116 trays, but I will not get 117, thanks to the Wheelmate.
Can I hit you boys with this 2-star from MB?
Please.
Yeah, sure.
2 stars, worthless. I spend a lot of time in my car and often stop to eat between jobs, so needed a convenient tray to place cups. This poor bastard's driving around with the only car without cup holders.
He just needs to get someone to ride with him.
And it's the fucking tray's fault.
And hold the cups. Oh, where's the one I wanted? No, not that one. Not that one.
I'm right here.
there you go. Let's see. Oh, George Takai gives it 5 stars.
Oh, fuck.
Perfect for a Starfleet helmsman. My husband Brad always warns me not to try and update my Facebook pages while I'm driving. You hit another pedestrian, he says. This isn't an Enterprise. There isn't a deflector array. Then along comes a miracle product like this. I can now happily fly at warp speed down the streets of Los Angeles, laptop or mobile device perched right in front of me, so I can keep both eyes right on it and the road. It's so much easier to ignore all the frightened screens and annoying honking when you've got Facebook to look at while driving. Thank you, Wheelmate.
I'm going to hit you boys with the customers also viewed list, and I got a feeling at least one of these is because of JB. So there's the Hutzler 571 banana slicer, the Cashel daddle saddle, a UFO detector, and a book called How to Avoid Huge Ships.
Those are all the comedy ones.
I am going to buy this UFO detector. Just in case.
I have that.
Shut up.
I've got the link copy to give to JB for next week.
You never
Because
know.
I got a feeling there's gold in them there hills.
Can I read the UFO detector title really quick?
Sure.
UFO detector, internal magnetometer interfaced with microcontroller for 24 hours, 7 days a week monitoring for magnetic anomalies that have been reported with many UFO sightings.
Wow, that's just the title.
Have I?
Just
Yes.
rolls off the tongue.
Yes. Have I told? Hold on. Have I told you about the book that I have?
No.
It's about alien encrypted encounters, and the title is "I Know What I Saw."
I know what I saw, and
I know what I
know.
saw. Yeah.
So listeners, stay tuned next week. I'm sure we're going to talk about this bad boy.
Never. Well, I'm off the podcast, so you guys have to do a review.
It's a shame. I miss you already.
I feel so bad. All right, Blind Driver. Blind Driver gives it 5 stars. I'm gonna feel bad about this one too. I am totally blind, and now that I have the Wheelmate steering wheel tray, I can keep my fingers on my Braille map while driving, and I don't have to worry about getting lost anymore.
Thank goodness.
Jesus.
Finally, a company thinks about the blind drivers.
You'd fucking baller if he had a picture of his car. It just had like 2 walking canes duct taped to the outside.
Stop it!
There was it Trigger Happy TV that did that? Where the guy just had like one of the blind person canes and he was just driving with it outside the window.
Yeah, just tapping
and hitting everything.
I'm ready for this other wild product.
The next product is a Nature Vet Coprophagia Stool Eating Deterrent Plus Breath Aid.
Which anything that
Anything
that
that'll stop you.
Anything that would stop me from eating my stool, I'm on board.
I was gonna say anything that ends with phasia really wants to make me eat it.
Yes.
Because that's a really attractive word.
I thought this was an FMV game.
It deters dogs from consuming stool. Enhanced with breath freshener, enzymes, and probiotic. Man, why is 60 tablets so expensive compared to 130?
I don't know.
It's interesting.
Every dog.
Is this a normal thing? Like I've owned like 3 dogs, and I've never had a dog who just wanted to eat poo.
Oh, here's a fun story.
You've got one.
I had a golden retriever named Maggie, and when we lived on the East Coast, it got really, really cold, and so in the winter she would find frozen poops while on our walks and bring them to me. Nice. So that was always very fun. Never fresh poops.
Lucky girl.
It's me.
My rabbit would eat his poo, but that's what rabbits do, I think.
Yeah, there's smaller ones for rabbits.
Yeah. Oh. Interesting. All right.
So now we know where JB uses whenever he doesn't know what else to say.
It's very funny. I worked with a guy who would he picked that up from me, and so I would be talking about stuff, and I say it. It's true. It's really what I say when I don't know what to say, and he would do it all the time. He'd be like, "That's interesting, Jeremy. Interesting."
Just like half listening.
I'm like, dude,
See,
like I'm playing myself off.
I've picked up the good habit of just saying to people, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And so they know that my intentions are clear.
Saying interesting is not bad, right? It's okay. A non-220 says 5.
And anyway, that's when my dad came home and hit me.
5 stars. Problem solved. Got fatigued from all the previous sick and cute reviews. This poo eating behavior can develop into very serious problems for both dog and owner.
Yeah, like not enough poo for the rest of us.
And product word to describe, better than a little and overpriced pellets from the pet office. For all the jokers out there, no, I've not taste tested myself.
Take that, DC's the Joker.
Got him.
DC's the Joker. Fuck you.
Jared Leto's all pissed off in the comment section.
Interesting. S Dog gives it 5 stars. Says my Shih Tzu eats her poo.
They had a perfect opportunity.
Just line them up. They didn't do it,
and they didn't knock him down.
One time I bred a Shih Tzu with a bulldog, and we called it a bullshit. Nah.
I'm cutting that.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
This product has stopped it. Unfortunately, it doesn't keep her from eating other dogs' poop. Why are dogs such dogs?
Dogs such shitheads.
Yeah. That's what's weird about it. Like, it would only stop your dog from eating their poo. So then your dog would eat other dogs'
So now he's going to an outside source. That's what you're saying? Should I worry about my turds getting burgled in the middle of the night?
Yes.
We talked about eating shit last episode. I'm starting to think we're
Did we really?
Deep. Yes.
Wow.
We're hitting our stride, is what it feels like to me.
We know. I know what our listeners demand.
Yeah, we found our lane. Finally, I know how to market this podcast. Shit.
Oh, man.
Drake Robinson, whose social security number is no. 5 stars. He says, no more shit eating. So for about 2 weeks to this, my dogs are not snaking on each other's poo anymore. I think he meant to put snacking, but I keep thinking of snaking. It's like the poo is just coming out their butts and the dog's eating.
Stop!
Like, it's straight from the soft serve machine.
Drake calls it snaking.
Can I read this one from Michelle Lewin?
Like a fully grown Marine specialized in tactical espionage action just comes out the dog's ass and goes into the other one's mouth. Colonel.
He has to reach back in to grab his eye patch. 5 stars from Michelle Lewin. It took a while, but now my small beasts do not eat the iguana poo-poo. Thank God.
Did she give it to the iguana?
I guess so.
I saw this one review that spelled poo wrong. They spelled it like Winnie the Pooh.
Uh-oh.
So that's fun.
that's higher class.
They knew what they were spelling. It's not eating Pooh Bear anymore.
It said he's eating dog poo, but spelled P-O-O-H.
Yeah, dog, a version of Winnie the Pooh. Angela gives it 5 stars, says, thank goodness, no more surprise dog kisses that stink of poo. Surprise. This is what I ate yesterday.
Can I read one from Cliente de Amazon?
Yes.
Para mi mascota y excelente producto.
Cool.
If you know, you know.
Can you
Next
translate? One. Oh. I saw that one and I was like, I bet she bitch reads this. I saw it last night.
I'm inclusive.
I got a 1 star from Brian Baker. Did you guys read that one?
I don't think so.
Smashed. Tablets arrived totally smashed. How will I properly dose my digs?
Dude, I gotta totally dose my digs. I don't know what kind of dosage to give my digs.
I think the pills aren't the only ones smashed when they wrote this review.
This guy was so devastated about his smashed dog pills, he got super hammered.
Just can't fucking see through the tears welling in his eyes.
I wonder.
All right.
I wonder if anybody. Probably not. This is just my brain and everything that's wrong with it. Do you think anybody's taken this chewy little thing?
Yes.
And then tried to eat their own poop?
Do you think anybody's taken it themselves to try and get their dog to stop eating their own poop?
For all
these pills don't work. I've been taking them for a month and my dog still eats its own shit.
That would be horrible. But on the plus side, their breath may smell really good.
On the plus side, I'm also weirdly disgusted by my own poo even more now.
Every white, they're just like, oh, what the fuck?
Get this out of here.
I didn't eat any corn. What the fuck is this shit?
Jonathan Davis comes out of his ass.
Oh man, I have to keep muting myself. Close and laughing. All right, Bobby gives it 1 star. Literally useless. Please read. I've used this for about 4 weeks now, every single day. Instead of preventing our dog from eating his own feces and that of our other dog, he's just become more determined and harder working to get his favorite treat. He knows
he's eating it, but you can tell he's not enjoying it anymore.
He knows we're trying to stop him. I'm pretty sure that as we're feeding him these tablets, he's laughing internally at the futility of our efforts. It is now his sole purpose in life to eat poo. Dog poo, rabbit poo, wild animal poo on our last hike. It doesn't matter.
Dog's a real fucking rebel.
Our dog has gone from a casual scat eater to a full-time turd-seeking sociopath.
Joke's on you, idiots. Shit tastes even better now.
The husband talking to the wife. I think the dog knows what's up. What makes you think that? They look over the dog's just got like a full-on turd hanging out of his lips like a cigar. Just staring at them.
Turd-seeking sociopath. It's a pretty good band name. He now literally eats the stool from our other dog's rear in before it hits the ground. So his dog's in a snaking.
Sort of a reverse effect on him.
Yeah. He's also learned to poop just a little bit, wait for us to start picking it up, run to the other side of the yard, and poop some more and eat it before we can get to him. The dog's so smart.
This dog's rad.
It's a turd-seeking machine.
If we're not within 5 feet supervising every bathroom break, that's the outcome. My fiance and her ass, and now have to team up.
Burnt.
Have to team up to thwart the efforts of this evil.
I'm imagining this couple just squatted down right next to their dog's asshole, just waiting.
Why don't they get the little baggies that attach to the dog's butt?
Not today, motherfucker.
Camera pans over this couple staring diligently at something. You just see a faint puckering in the reflection of their eye.
Oh, he goes on to say, he burps first, and he goes, I'm not exaggerating, and this imagery is absolutely necessary. So you understand how ineffective this product has been for us. I rate this product 5 out of 5 stars for breaking my spirit, and 1 out of 5 for its intended purposes.
I know that was supposed to be your closer, but can I give one from at least DeLong?
Sure.
5 stars. My dog hates it, but it works. Add peanut butter if they don't like it. And I thought for a full 5 minutes that she meant add peanut butter to the poop.
I just spread it.
For some reason, these pills got my dog hating his turds, so I just started adding peanut butter to make it more enjoyable for him.
Choosy dog shoes. Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's me, once again. If you're liking what we're doing so far, do us a favor and tell your friends about the show. For updates, follow us on Twitter at HereSomething1. To watch us have some goose while playing video games, make sure to follow me on twitch.tv/GeneManJones and on Twitter at GeneManJones. From that Twitch page, you can find a link to our Discord and become part of your new favorite community, and the last Discord you'll ever need. Well, thanks for listening, and we hope to see you again next week.